Welcome back. I am Ashok. So in this video, we are going to cover three subtopics of number system. One is power cycle, one is a reminder cycle here, and the third one is trailing zeros. We are going to cover all the three in this video. If you haven't watched the previous one, please go through it first before coming to here. So without further delay, let's get started. So what is meant by power cycle? That's what we are going to see here. So let us take as if I'm saying like 30 to the power of 1, 2, 3, 4, like 1234. Then what will be the last digit of this one after expansion? For example, what is 2 power 10? 1024. You are going to find out the last digit as 4 if I given you 2 power 10. But what if I given you very large number like 30 to the power of 1234? Even if you are using calculator, it is never going to show you the answer because that is too lengthy. So in those kind of cases, we are going to use power cycle. Now, how to solve this power cycle? You can understand this table once we are done with the explanation part. Okay. Now, so for that, I would like to take a small number which we already know the answer. For example, 2 power 10. We know the answer is 1024. Now, what is the process to find out the last digit here? The first one. See, identify the base number like the number in the base. Write the powers of the number until you get repetition. For example, 2 power 1 is 2, 2 square is 4, 2 cube is 8, 2 power 4 is 16, 2 power 5 is 32, 2 power 6 is 64. If you observe here 2, 4, 8, 6. Again you got 2, 4, next is going to be 8, next is going to be 6. So you are getting the same four numbers again and again. That means that it doesn't matter whatever the power you are having for 2. Okay, your answer has to end with one of those four numbers. So these four numbers, we are going to call them as power cycle of 2. Okay, then what is the power cycle of 3? Let us take 3 power 1 is 3. 3 square 9. 3 cube 27. 3 power 4 81. 3 power 5 243. Okay, see here 3 9 7 1. Again you got 3 and again 9 7 you are going to get like this. So this 3971 we are going to call them as power cycle of 3. So let's go back to the table. Now you can understand what is meant by those numbers. So we are going to write the base number power 1 and you are going to write like this until you get the repetition. So for example, if you see the table here, for 0 you are going to get only 1. For 1 you are going to have 1. For 2 you are going to get 2486 which we got. For 3 3971 we just got now. Now how to solve it? So first of all, you need to write the power cycle. And one more thing, you no need to worry about the number before. We just want the last digit. So the power cycle of 2 is 2486. That's it. Now the second step. After finding out the power cycle, count how many numbers are there. How many numbers are here? 4. Okay. That is the second step. Now the third step here is whatever the power you are having here, you have to divide this number with the number of numbers. I'm repeating, not with the numbers, with the count of the numbers and find out the remainder. And after finding out the remainder, if your remainder is 1, the first number is going to be your answer. If the remainder is 2, second number is going to be your answer. If the remainder is 3, third number. But remember, if the remainder is 0, always the last number. Now here, let us take we are having a power of 10 and we are having the count as 4. So 2, 4, 8. What the remainder? 2 here. Remainder 2 means second number is going to be your answer. That's it. I will take one more example and we'll check. Okay. So 33 to the power of 731. And I want to find out the last digit after that expansion. For that, what we are going to do? Remember, this before number is not going to affect our answer because if you write like this, so the answer is always going to depend on the multiplication of unit digits. So this is same as this one. That is same as this one. So it doesn't matter whether it is 33 or 733. You can just ignore them and write the power cycle of last number only. So what is the power cycle of 3 here? Let's write down. So 3 power 1 is 3, 3 square is 9, 3 cube is 27. We don't care about 2. We're just going to take the last one, 7. And 3 power 4 is 81. So you're going to take 1. So 3 power 5 is 243. We got the repetition of 3 here. So our power cycle is going to be 3, 9, 7, 1. How much count is there? 4 numbers. Now divide your power with that 4. Guys, 4 means count of numbers. If you go back, if it is 6, you are just going to divide with only one number. If it is 9, you are going to just divide with 2. So based on the count of the numbers, you are going to divide the power. So simple here. Now divide them. See, 1 4 is 4, 2 4 is 8, so 33, 8 4s 32, 1, 2 4s 8. We got the remainder as a 3. Okay, so if you got the remainder as 3 means third number is going to be your answer. So the answer is going to be simply 7. I'm repeating once again the steps. First, write the power cycle until you get repetition. Find how many numbers are there. Divide the power with that number. What if you're after dividing, if your remainder is 1 first number, 2 second number, 0 always last number. For example, if you take 9 here, for remainder 1 first number, for remainder 0 last number. Again, for 4, remainder 1 first number, remainder 0 last. For 2, remainder 1, 2, 3, remainder 0, like that. Okay, now I hope you got some idea. Now let us take you are having multiplication like this. Then how you are going to find out? Simple. First find out the last digit of this number, then find out the last digit of this number. Multiply them, you will get the last digit of the final answer. See, I'm not going to do anything. Let us take just for example. You got the last number as 8 here and you got the last number as 6. It can be wrong. I'm just saying an example. Just multiply 8, 6, 48. The last digit of answer is going to be 8. As simple as that. So find individual last digits, multiply them, you will get the answer's last digit. That is the meaning of power cycle. Then what is meant by reminder cycle? So we are just going to find out reminders after doing the division. For example, see here, after doing this division, what is going to be the reminder? After doing this division, what is going to be the reminder? That's what we are going to discuss here. Remember, your intention is to find out the remainder, not the coefficients. Most of the people think it's a coefficient value. No, it's actually reminder value we are going to find out in reminder cycle. Okay, we are going to cover two models here. Let's go with the first one. Let us take some example. You are having 66 to the power of 24 by 4. Then how you are going to find out the remainder here? So for that, what we are going to do here is first find out the individual remainder. Individual remainder means divide 66 with 4. 1 4 4, 26, 6 fours, 24. What is the remainder here? 2. Now write this as like this. Like what is the remainder? 2. What is the power we are having? 24. And what we have to divide with? 4. Simple as that. Now, the question here, what to do afterwards? Now, from here onwards, we are going to do it like how we did in the power cycle. That means that, see, what is 2 power 1 by 4? There in the power cycle, we are going to take the number only. In remainder cycle, you are going to take number as well as a reminder. So 2 power 1 by 4, remainder is going to be 2. 2 squared by 4, remainder is going to be, here what? 0. 2 cube by 4. What is going to be the remainder? 0. So except for the first number, for all the numbers, the remainder is 0. For this one also, the remainder is going to be 0. Okay. Now this become very easy. So what we will do is we'll make it somewhat difficult. Okay, because we already got zeros, you may not have some idea. So I will make it somewhat difficult so that you will get a better idea. So instead of 66, I will take 67 this time. So that I will get 3. 3 you are never going to get like that, right? So let's see. 67 to the power of 24 by 4. How you are going to do? First, you are going to divide 67 with 4. You are going to get the remainder as a 3. Now write like this, 3 power 24 by 4. So how you are going to write the cycle? 3 power 1 by 4. Okay, that is the remainder 3. Then 3 square by 4. What is the remainder? 3 3 is 9 by 4 means remainder is going to be, sorry, 1. 9. Next, 3 cube by 4. That is 27 by 4. Remainder is going to be 3. Okay. Next, 3 power 4 by 4. 3 power 81 by 4 means again. So you are getting the reminders as 3 1. 3 1. Yes or no? That means that for all the odd powers, you are getting the reminders as 3. And for all the even powers, you are getting 1. So the last step is count how many numbers are here. 1, 2. Only 2 unique numbers. If you want here, you can think it as like this. For all the odd powers, the number is 3 reminder. For all the even numbers, the power is, so the remainder is 1. So here we are having a even power. So the answer has to be 1. You can answer like this. Now my question is, what if you're having more than 2 numbers, like, 3, 1, 2, something like this. If you're having 3 numbers, then what you are going to do? Like we did in the power cycle. Count how many numbers are there? 3. Divide this power with 3. If the remainder 1 is first number, remainder 2 is second number, remainder 0 is last number. So let's take using this example. That means how many numbers are here? 1, 2. So divide your power with 2 because only we are having two different numbers. So 12 twos are 24. We got the remainder 0. Remainder 0 means in your cycle, the last number is going to be your answer. If the remainder 1, first number is going to be your answer. Anyway, remainder 0 means last number, that is 1. Okay, I will repeat the steps. If you're having any confusion, it will get clarified there. So what you need to do here is, first of all, you are going to have a power. Let us take 729 by 5 to the power 6 to the power of 124. Let us take, you are having a number like this. First, what you have to do here is use the normal division and find out what is the remainder here. Let us take some x is the remainder. Then write the question like x to the power of 124 by 6. After writing like this, write the cycle like x power 1 by 6. What is the remainder? Then x square by 6. What is the remainder? Then x cube by 6. What is the remainder? X power 4 by 6. What is the remainder? And let us take, you have to write like this until you get the repetition. Let us take x power 5 by 6. Again, you got the remainder as same in the first case. Then you have to stop it here and you have to write your remainder cycle as R1, R2, R3, R4. Count how many reminders are there. How many we got? 4. So take the power here and divide with 4. So you are going to take the 4 number of items 4. Okay, then 124. Again, find out the remainder here. If the remainder you got in the final step is 1, then first number is going to be your answer. If the remainder here is 2, second number is going to be your answer. If the remainder here is 3, third number is going to be your answer. That's the, and if the remainder is 0, the last number is going to be your answer. This is how you are going to solve the power cycle of, this kind of format. There is one more way, that is multiplication format. Multiplication format means, let us take 127 and 133. You need to divide this number with some 6 and I want to find out the remainder. So you can do it in two ways. You can go in positive manner or you can go with negative manner. What is meant by positive manner here? That means that, see, I will take a simple example first. Let us take 13. If I want to divide 13 with 4, what is going to be the remainder? 1, because we are writing 12 plus 1, so 1 is going to be a remainder. Or you can also write in one more way. That is 4 4s are 16. You can also write this as 16 minus 3. So that's why you can also write the remainder as minus 3. So what I want to say here is, if you are going to the previous number, you are going to write positive remainder. If you are going to the next number, write the remainder as negative number. Now you'll understand what is meant by that. I will take a simple example, then come back to this one. So let us take 13 into 14 by Let us take 4. I want to check what is the remainder after doing this one. Let's do in first positive manner. Positive means 3 fours are 12. You are going to have the remainder as 1. Again, 3 fours are 12. Okay, 12. How much it is there? 14. So you can take it as 2. Just multiply these two. So 1 into 2, 2 by 4. What is the remainder when you are doing 2 by 4? The remainder is again going to be 2 like this. 2, 4, 0 times. So you are doing, sorry, this is 4 and this is 2. So you are going to get 0 times 0 and remainder is going to be 2. That's it. Let us try one more way. So the final remainder is going to be 2 here. Or let's go in negative manner. So if you go to next number, 4 4 is 16, but we are having only 13 here. So you can write it as minus 3. And here 4 for 16, but we are having 14, that's why minus 2. So minus 3 into minus 2, that is plus 6. So plus 6 by 4, what is the remainder? 2. That's the same answer. You can go to the next number or you can go to the previous number. Now there is one thing you have to remember here. If what one number is plus and one number is minus, you are going to get a minus in here. Okay, then denominator minus your numerator is going to be your final answer. So what is meant by that is, let us take 13 into 14 by 4. This is what I'm doing. This I will take positive, like 3 fours are 12, and here I'm going to write plus 1. But here 4 fours are 16. I'm going to go previous number. 16 minus 14 means you are going to get minus 2. So 1 into minus 2 is minus 2 by 4. But this minus 2 is not your answer. If you want to find out your remainder, your denominator minus numerator. So then your answer is going to be 2. That's how you have to do it. Okay. If positive, you can take the numerator as this and you can do the normal division and find out the remainder. If it is negative, denominator minus numerator will give you your answer. Okay. Now let us take a somewhat lengthier example. So 133 multiplied with 147 by 6. I want to find out what will be the remainder. Do the individual numbers, whichever you feel comfortable, you can go in positive, negative, doesn't matter. Okay. I will do it using positive first because it's very easy. See here. 2 6 are 12, 13, 2 6 are 1, 12 and 1 here. Okay, 2 6 are 12. You are going to get 1, 3. Again, 2 6 are 12, 1. Okay, here. 2 6 are 27. Okay, 4 6 are 24 plus 3. You are going to get 3 here. Reminders, like when you divide 123 by 6, you are, if you want, I will write here. It's not an issue. So 2 6 12, 13, 2 6 12. You got the remainder as 1. That's what I have written here. 2 6 12, 27, 4, 3. That's what I have written there. Okay. Now just multiply these two. 3 into 1, 3. 3 by 6. What is the remainder? Remainder is going to be simply 3. Okay, but let us take, if you got something like this, 13 by 6 after multiplying, then you have to do you have to do one more time and you have to find out the remainder as 1. This will become your final remainder. If the numerator is less than the denominator, the numerator itself is going to be your answer. But if the numerator is more than denominator, do the division one more time and find out the remainder one more time. The final remainder is going to be your answer. Okay, but in this case, we no need to do that one. Our answer is simply 3. Now let's go to the negative side. Negative side means let's go to the next number ones. Like 133 into 147 by 6. What I will do is, I will go to the next multiple of 6. So for that, see here, we know that 22 times of 6 is 132, something like that. Now we go to 23 times. What is 23 times of 6? Just for explanation purpose, okay? 138, right? 138 means, but here we got 133. You can write minus 5. And one more thing I want to mention here is the positive and negative sum will be always equal to the number, like 1 plus 5, 6. So if you can find out positive numbers, just do that number minus positive number, that will give you negative number also. Similarly, here we are having 3. Then what is going to be the negative number? 3 only, because 6 minus 3 is 3. Anyway, but I want to take one positive and one negative. That's why I'm going to write positive number here. Now what we got here? We got minus 15 by 6 here. Yes. Then do it one more time. So leave the minus outside. Just do 15 minus 6. So how much you are going to get if you do 15? You are going to get inside 3 by 6. Why? Because 15 by 6, the remainder is 3. But we have to multiply with minus also. So the final answer is going to be minus 3 by 6. Because 15 by 6 is 3 by 6. That's fine. But we left out a minus. So the final answer is going to be minus 3 by 6. What I told you when you are having negative value. When you are having negative value, simply do 6 minus numerator value. That will give you a final answer, which we got here. Don't take the negative value as it is. When you are having negative value, denominator minus numerator will give you your final answer. Okay, I hope this one is clear. First one is, finding out remainder when there is a power. Second one is finding out remainder when there is a multiplication. So what we did here is, instead of multiplying and finding out the remainder, we are just finding out the patterns to find out the remainder. That is what is meant by remainder cycle. I hope these two are clear. Let's move on to the next one. Next, number of trailing zeros. What is meant by trailing zeros? So what they will do is, they will give you one number like 125 factorial, or they will give you like a 137 factorial. It doesn't matter. They will give one number with factorial, and they will ask you how many zeros are going to be there in the answer. That's simple as that. So if I want to make it simple, for example, let us take the number 720. How many zeros are there? Only one zero. So one is going to be your answer. Let us take 1200. How many zeros are there? Two zeros. So two is going to be your answer. So trailing zeros means how many zeros are there in the answer. So how to solve this one? Simple. First, you are going to start with 5. Because why 5? See here. If you want to form a 0, you have to multiply some even number into 5. Then only it's possible to form a 0. That's right. So as many 5s are there in the problem, those many zeros are going to be an answer. For example, 5 is going to create 1 0. 25 is going to create two zeros. Why? Like 5 into 5. We are having two fives there. And 125 is going to create three zeros. So that logic we are going to use here to find out the answer. Now, for example, let us take that I'm having some 100 factorial. How many zeros are going to be there in the answer? So how you are going to find out? Simple. First start with, see, first 100 by 5 plus 100 by 25 plus 100 by 125, which is not possible. Always the numerator has to be more than denominator, right? Until like that. Then find out the coefficients and add them. For example, here 2 5 is 10, 20. Here, how many times? 4 times. So 20 plus 4, you are going to have total 24 zeros in the answer. Simple as that. For example, if I am having 200 factorial, how you are going to do? First, you are going to start with 200 by 5, then 200 by 25, then 200 by 125. If you go this again one more time, it will become 625. 625, which is not possible. That's why we have to find out only these three. So how many times you can cancel 20 here? 4, 5 is 20, 40 here. Next, here 8 times, 4 times is 100, 4 times is 100, 8 times. Here only one time. So this is going to be your final answer. You are going to have how many zeros? 49 zeros. Why? Because every 5 is going to form a 0. That is the logic we are using here. So start with 5 and go until your numerator is go until your denominator is more than your numerator. Once you got more denominator, stop it there and find the answer up to the previous terms and add all of them. That will give you the number of trailing zeros. So these three are very important. I hope you are clear here. If you are having any doubts, please let me know in the comments, or you can just send a message to our social media. I will try to reply as fast as I can. This is Ashok Kumar Bandi. Thank you for watching.